Hey, everybody, how's it going? I forgot to put us on stage.
I was like, Paul, what are you doing? Hey,
I don't know
happy
what I'm
Saturday,
doing.
everybody.
Happy Saturday. Hope the rest of the show goes good. How's everybody doing? Hope your weekend is going good so far. As you can tell, Krista is not here tonight. She is on vacation hunting Bigfoot in the woods. And we have the lovely Brandy here with us tonight. So, Brandy, thank you so much for coming over tonight.
I'm glad to be here. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
How's your Saturday going?
Like I said, it to you earlier, it's been uneventful. It's just been kind of boring today, which is nice. It's nice to have one of those.
Yeah. Were you off today?
Yes.
Oh, lucky you. Lucky you.
Yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
an eventful Saturday. Anyway.
Right. And everybody knows that I've been having, super bad internet problems. And right now I'm doing A-OK. But if you see my camera going in and out, just dismiss it. I'm not fixing it. Everybody can hear me and I'm not freezing up.
Don't move. Don't move.
Yeah, that's right. I'll leave it alone. Let the camera do what it wants.
Well, guys, we have a great show tonight. Josh Hurd from Malvern Manor is going to be on with us. He is backstage right now. A couple things before we get to him. Brandy, do you want to talk about Ray County real quick? I don't have the slide, or the picture. But if you could just
yeah, absolutely.
The thing.
Absolutely. Blondes and Booze is having an event coming up October 26th and into the wee earlies of the 27th. What we're doing is we're going to have a Paranormal 101 and a Cryptids 101 during the day. We are then going to feed you, and then we're going to ghost hunt all night long. So tickets are $65 online, but if you don't want to go ghost hunting or any of that, you can just come for the 101s during the day. Those are $15 for all afternoon, which is a great price. $65 if you want to do the whole thing. You can catch it on Eventbrite. It should be under Blondes and Booze. Thank you very much. Under Blondes and Booze, and it'll be the first event that pops up. And of course, Paranormal Paul and myself and Krista will be there. We have some of our After Dark paranormal friends who are going to be there, and it's just going to be absolutely a fantastic event. So I recommend everybody getting their tickets now because the seats are limited, and once they sell out, we're not opening up any more space because there isn't any.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun. It'll be a fun night. Also,
exactly.
We have a giveaway. We have one ticket left for the Friday, September 13th ghost hunt at the Haunted Castle House in Brumley, Missouri. Blondes and Booze and Paranormal Among Us are gonna both be there. So is Carmen and Lauren from Night Watch. Holy shit!
You better get it right.
I'm just gonna start this show over, I think. This is going to go in the blooper reel for sure. Anyway, to enter, all you need to do, and Josh is laughing like crazy down there. All you have to do to enter is share both Blondes and Booze and Paranormal Among Us YouTube channels to your friends on Facebook. Make sure you tag one of us in that post, and we will get you entered. The winner will be drawn live on here on August 31st.
Yes, we realize that it's only one ticket and one ticket only, but believe us, we've got your back. There's no need to be apprehensive about it at all. We'll be right there with you the whole entire way. You couldn't be in better hands. So make sure you get out there, share us out, let us know, tag us in it, and we'll see who wins.
And it'll be a fun night, definitely, for sure. All right, we're going to bring on Josh Hurd. He's ready. Hey, Josh, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Let's kind of rebound after that rough start now.
Dude, it was fine. It was great. You're like, oh, I'm just going to start the show over. I just lost it. It was fun.
On the live show. Let's just start the whole live.
It was great. You're like, I think I'm just going to start it over.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Paranormal Month. Hope everything's going great.
Oh man,
I can't help it. Oh, that's what I needed. Thank you. I've been needing a good laugh for a little bit now.
Me too. My day sucked. So
Right.
anyway, Josh, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you have a group there tonight.
Yeah, we got an event going on over here. We got all sorts of people in and out of this place right now. It's great.
Awesome. Carmen and Lauren are there too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in my chat anymore after me forgetting the name of their channel.
Probably not. They're like, I don't know him.
Night Owl Paranormal of Missouri. There it is. Carmen and Lauren. There he is.
Yeah, they were in chat a little bit earlier. Yeah, there she is. She says, "Shh, we're hunting ghosts."
Like, keep it down, damn it. Come on.
One thing that I need to add to that giveaway for Brumley, Gary Spike Sr. is graciously adding a walking stick to the winner.
And they're nice. You know, I keep forgetting, but I've got 2 from him, and one I keep in my car because that's the one I use, you know, when I'm out in the woods and stuff. But I have one that's so nice I won't even take it out there because it's just really cool looking. So I have one for in the house just to look at.
I've heard they're cool. I can't wait to see one.
Yeah, they're very nice and very useful, and like I said, very sturdy. So I mean, you wouldn't believe how many times that I've relied on that thing out there when you lose your footing and stuff like that. So it's always good to have something.
Yeah. So, all right, Josh, Malvern Manor. I've heard so much cool, scary things about that place, and you know, I was very upset that I couldn't make it when Blondes and Booze had their event out there.
Yeah.
And I got to meet you at Ashmore, which was pretty
super cool. Super cool.
Yeah. And you had, well, first of all, tell us the people who might not know much about Malvern, if you could give us a quick little history of Malvern Manor.
So the building itself was constructed in 1869, and we know it was the 4th structure that was built in town.
Wow.
So like the whole town is popping up around this place, and its primary function at that time was just a hotel, mainly servicing the railroad, which was just right outside the front door. So, I mean, people coming and going all the time. Now, we do know it ran as a hotel all the way up until the 1950s. So it had a really good run there. And at that time kind of takes an odd turn and becomes what we would consider to be like a nursing home type setting. The nursing home only lasts a couple of decades. Mm-hmm. So in the 70s, the state of Iowa shuts them down because the hallways aren't wide enough to support transporting patients properly. This is kind of where history becomes the most fascinating for geeks and nerds like myself. And I always say that's when it becomes like the group home. And the group home is servicing any form of what they considered to be a mental disorder. Which is vastly different than our consideration today, obviously. So the clientele is vast. Things that we see all the time, every day, in fact, people with Down syndrome, people with drug and alcohol abuse. I mean, very, very common type ailments. And then, of course, there are more exotic cases, if you will. I mean, people with DID, or what they used to refer to as multiple personalities, schizophrenics, even murderers housed in this building. So it's a very eclectic population of people coexisting under the same roof. And it ran as such, guys, all the way up until 2005. So in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't that long ago. And this building was still in full swing, so to speak.
Yeah. And from what I remember, your talk at Ashmore, there's blood on some of the walls there.
Absolutely. It's very interesting. So one hallway in particular, there's blood all over the place, and it's going all pretty much the entire length of the hallway. We don't know how it got there. Obviously, we had a lot of questions when we found all this stuff, so we hired a private detective to come and test all of this stuff, because we couldn't definitively say, oh yeah, that's blood, totally blood. It's, But he did 3 separate tests on 3 separate sections of that hallway. Each time came back positive for human blood. He was also able to tell us that whoever this was the same person. Very similar to like the names on the medicine cabinets and things like that. Like, I don't want to step on toes of family members or anything like that. So I said that's probably enough information. The questions I still have, I'll never have a definitive answer to.
Right.
How the blood got there, sure. Great question. Why it was never cleaned up is a bigger question, in my opinion.
No kidding.
Because, like, yeah, blood would not stay on the walls of an actively running facility for more than 5 minutes. So I'm almost suggesting that the blood may have been put there after the building falls into disuse, after 2005. Maybe somebody broke in, or a thousand different scenarios come to mind, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, no idea.
Wow. And if blood's on the wall or floor in my house, after I wake up from passing out, I would clean it up.
Immediately, I'm gonna clean that up.
That's
man,
disgusting. So, how long have you owned it?
It's super weird. 8 years, I think now. It has almost been on August 15th. It will be exactly 10 years since I first set foot in this building.
Wow.
Which is very odd to say, because it does not feel like it's been that long. Which I don't know if that's good or bad or what, but yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's been that long. But yeah.
Wow.
So right at a decade since I've been in and around this place.
Yeah, what I love about that building is that you have residents, and I'm going to say residents because that's what they are. They still continue to live there. They have their own separate personalities, their own traits and habits and things that they do.
Yeah.
It's very strange because you can identify exactly what spirit is where just by what they're doing in their habit and what they're saying. I find that very fascinating.
It's super weird to me because, like, a lot of people will be like, well, I don't know, man. Like, I got scared. I had to leave early. I'm like, oh, what happened? We were upstairs, man. We got like just cussed out by this nasty, grumpy old man type thing. And I'm like, that was Hank. You know what I mean? It's like, exactly who it was. He's like, yeah, he was calling our ladies all sorts of nasty names and all this stuff. I'm like, that's him, that's what he's going to do. But at the same time, it's like, but he's also harmless. You know what I mean? He's like, he's not going to
He just likes to cuss at people. He's just grumpy.
And he knows he's going to scare the hell out of you. And that's ultimately going to get you out of his space. And that's ultimately the goal for him, I think. So, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting cast of characters here.
Oh, absolutely.
How are these spirits, how do they respond to you after all this time of you owning it and being there now?
In some very odd way. Like, I feel like a part of the family now. And the only reason I say that is because I know how my own family treats me. And they like to mess with me and joke with me and rile me up in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And they're doing that here. And they're quite good at it. I think they do things certain times of the day, especially when I'm here alone, to really freak me out. And they do a very good job of doing that. And I know that they're laughing at me, especially when I have to go outside for my 8th cigarette break of the day or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotta go smoke. I need a break from you guys. Hang on.
Constantly.
Give me a minute.
Constantly.
That's awesome.
Okay. Awesome. So I know, what's the name of your YouTube channel? For everybody out there.
That's a great question. I think it's just Josh Hurd 1981, I believe, is how you could find it. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
Pam had it on here.
The reason why I say that is because, I watch all the stuff that you put out. You do all these different types of experiments and things like that, and trying to get the spirits to interact with you all the time. And I mean, people are missing out. I mean, I think they're missing out on some great content because they're just They're just not seeing what I'm seeing. And I'm like I keep telling everybody, go to Josh Hurd. Well, what's his YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, it's a great question. We try to do it like in a different way, right? Like, because we see a lot of like the YouTube channels, which I watch the hell out of YouTube, and like the different shows and things like that are on YouTube. I've kind of taken a different approach where it's like I'm not gonna put in a lot of like background music, for an example, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cut away. It's going to be just the investigation, and it's not going to cut. It's going to be just a solid shot, me holding the camera going wherever. The only time we'll cut away if there's another camera. That's it, with another angle. We're not trying to sensationalize anything. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you. He's on it. But yeah, like we're not trying to sensationalize anything. We're not trying to hype anything up. We're just trying to elicit a response, like a legitimate response, and to see if we can then in any way, shape, or form correlate data to maybe further the field along. You know what I mean? Like maybe just push it further and further along the road. Because yeah, I don't know. Like we try. That's all we can do.
Well, and I like it because like you don't do all the extra stuff, and it's just kind of like you are watching some of these shows and all the music, and then they're like, "Did you hear that?" And I'm like, "Hear what? I can't hear it over the music."
Right.
And I put my earphones on, trying to hear it, and still can't hear it.
And that's the difference between an investigator watching a show and anybody else watching a show just for entertainment purposes. Is we're trying to hear that. We want to hear that evidence or see that evidence. And sometimes if it's hindered in any way by something else, we're like, damn it. Like, like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? But yeah, so we try to steer away from that.
Like what Brandy said, that's what I like about your channel and so many other YouTubers.
Yeah.
They don't over sensationalize their reaction to things. I mean, oh my God, something knocked on the wall.
And just flip. Now, don't get me wrong, I flip.
Yeah.
But not like I'm not trying to like overact or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I do know, like, of course, like some of those YouTube channels, I mean, I'll never name names or any of that crap, but I do know like some of them have been here. I do know that some of them have checked in at one time and left literally 90 minutes later. And then like magic, they have captured all of this evidence and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, how the hell is that possible? I'm like, I'm here every day and I haven't got anything like that. Like, that's phenomenal. And you got that in 90 minutes. I can't even shoot B-roll in 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. And yet magically you have the whole kit and caboodle right there, just 90 minutes. So it's over dramatic. Thank you. Yes. That's
not Josh, not us. That's them.
No, No, I smell what you're stepping in.
Right. And like I said, I've watched you so many times where it's like, if nothing happens, nothing happens. You're just like,
and you know,
well, this is it.
A lot of times, some things are anticlimactic, right? And that's ghost hunting. That's just paranormal investigating in general. A lot of times we're sitting there, we're talking to the wall seemingly, but every once in a while we get really, really phenomenal stuff. I did a video once and I was hearing banging down this long hallway that we have. And I'm hearing this banging. I'm like, what the hell? I grabbed the camera. It's always ready to go. I have it sitting on a tripod right here. I just have to click a button and it's gone. But it's interesting because I go down there. I'm going in literally every room. I'm checking every room. What was that noise? What is the antecedent of that noise? Can't find it. I then say, I'm sorry if I upset you in any way. Let me know if you need anything, whatever, right? I'm leaving. As I'm leaving the hallway, 2 screams happen. 2 very distinct female screams happen. It scared me so much. I literally turn on my heels And I'm like shaking with the camera. Now, a very odd moment happened in my brain because, number one, I know I just captured that audio. Like, I know for a fact I'm wearing a lav mic and I have the camera mic going as well. I know I captured that sound. But something phenomenal happens with me because I wanted to run. Obviously, I wanted to be like, get out of there now. But you just captured something phenomenal. Like you just captured something that you probably won't capture again for at least a decade, if not ever again. And so then you have the realization you have to go towards the source. Like a good little paranormal investigator, you have to go towards the source. And that is a very terrifying moment because, again, I'm here by myself and it sucks. But yet again, I went into that hallway and you even hear me. I say many expletives and I say, I do not want to do this and all of that fun stuff. And I go in and out of every single room. I'm even backing into rooms to show you nobody's dipping around a corner. Nobody's in the hallway. Nobody's running away. Nobody made that sound. Something made that sound. A disembodied something made that sound. Of course, you're always going to have haters. You're always going to have naysayers and all that crap. But I mean, for the most part, like that was the most phenomenal piece of evidence I've ever captured. I forget even what the video was called on the YouTube channel, but I think it's seriously like the most scared I've ever been or the scariest moment of my life or something like that. But it is very distinctly two female screams, one right after the other. And it's either saying ow or out. And if I'm a betting man, that was coming directly from the room that we call Rebecca's room at the end of the hallway. And I don't know. She does not enjoy men being in her room at all. I walked into her room again, trying to find the antecedent of that banging noise. I walked into her room. I did not knock. I did not ask for permission. I just barreled right in there. And I think I upset her when that happened. And I think that was then why she screamed. I don't know. That's the only thing I could come up with. And I didn't even come up with it. My good friend David Glidden called me the next day and he's like, dude, you messed up. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you went into her room. You didn't knock. You didn't ask for permission. You pissed her off. And I was like, oh my God, I did. I went back. I watched that video. I was like, oh my God. Like I just right in there all willy-nilly, like nothing. I didn't even think.
David's really good about picking up on stuff like that. You know, things you wouldn't think of. David's really good. Yeah,
definitely.
I enjoy investigating with him. He's really cool.
Yeah.
Would that have been disembodied voices, noises in the attic of Malvern Manor?
No, I'm trying to think. Boy. I honestly think it was called something similar to like the scariest moment of my life or something like that because it really was terrifying.
The scariest moments of my life.
Like I'm such a wimp, but
good catch there, Josh. Good catch on Worthy there.
So
like I really am a wimp. I'm trying to find the video here, but
out of all the rooms in Malvern Manor, which one do you not dread going in, but you're just kind of like, I know I got to go in there, but I don't really want to go in there. Do you have one of those rooms for you?
Yeah, I mean the attic for sure. The back hallway, guys, the back hallway for me is the nursing home wing specifically is I don't even vacuum back there. Like I hate it. It's just a weird feeling back there. Now, if I'm going back and I'm in Rebecca's room or anything like that, if we're investigating and doing something like that, I'm fine with that. But there's always that in the back of your head that at the opposite end of that hallway is something terrifying that's going to be like charging at you potentially. I believe the most terrifying paranormal. What does this say? The most terrifying paranormal experience I've had.
I got it.
I think that's the one. And I think it happens. I don't even remember, like 12 minutes in, something like that. But yeah, it sucked.
See, I love those kind of episodes where someone else gets scared, not me.
Oh boy. Yeah. And that was it for me. Like that was the moment where I was like, I need to not be here. right now. There have been other times where I've literally I've just left the camera equipment where it's at. I've ended the video. I've let it set for a day. I'll get it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Nobody's in the place tonight. Yep, there it is. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Man, you're like Johnny on the spot here with that stuff.
I know, he's so good at it. That's why I just sit back here in my chair and call it good. I'm just like, okay, I'm fine.
Just not good at I'm just not good at technology, like at all. But yeah.
Well, it helps that I'm actually the video's playing right now and I'm watching you on this other screen that I have.
Oh, fun.
That's kind of freaky that I looked over.
He's not even paying attention to you at all, Josh.
I'm like, there's no audio on this. What's going on? Oh, wait, it's not the right channel.
It's not the right time.
Looking at the wrong channel on my thing. Anyway.
You're supposed to watch those after.
Yeah. No, Carmen, I asked him about it. I did. I asked him about the scratches. I said I saw the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. So I've been to 2 investigations in my life. Ashmore and then Ray County. What happened to me in Ashmore? I got an EVP that I didn't hear there, but I heard on tape, on recording of someone saying we're watching.
You're showing your age.
I know. On VHS tape, no less. Kids, you remember
Beta.
Beta, yeah. And then Ray County, I got scratched, and I'm scared to go to Malvern now.
Oh man, no. I think you would have a blast here, honestly. Next? I really do. I think you would have a blast.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Well, now I can jump into my story about my my last Malvern visit, which was last month. Anyway, so the night was pretty calm. Not a whole lot going on. Got a few EVPs. Did a little bit of burst sessions around and did some with the attendees and got a few sounds, this, that, or the other. Nothing real crazy. And then about 10:30, 11, we decided, okay, it's cooled down outside now. Let's go up in the attic. Well, the attic was probably 150 degrees to fire up there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's just all sit down. Let's get real quiet in here, and I'll do EVP sessions, and we won't stay up here long because it is really too hot to stay up here.
Yeah.
And so I started talking a little bit, and then we started hearing footsteps on the other side of the room. Now I'm sitting in a chair in that little cubby. There's a window right there, and there's like a little cubby there, little cubby hole with the window, and I'm sitting there, and there's space where somebody could walk around behind me there. Yes. And so that's where I'm sitting, but I'm looking across to the other side, and we're all hearing kind of like a couple footsteps here and there on the other side. So we're just start talking, and I'm getting a little bit forceful because it's not doing much up there. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I can hear you. I said, I can hear you walking. Can you say something to me? Just like that. Just about that time, I was going to say, Josh just told us all about you, blah, blah, blah. I got the word Josh out of my mouth, and something hit my arm and just went just like that, like very forcefully down my arm. I screamed, I stood up, I said my cuss words, which were God bless America, and I've got it on audio, and I'm snapping my fingers like,
yeah.
Well, now let me back up. So one of the people that were there was Crystal McGee. She's in the chat, and her daughter Courtney. They were there. Yeah. Courtney was sitting on one side of me, and Crystal was sitting on the other side of me.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, behind them there, she could hear something like scratching or something on the floor, and she said something to me about it, again, all on audio. And I'm like, she said, there's something back here. So she shined the flashlight. There's nothing that we can see. So I said, let me turn my chair towards you. Let me turn towards you. So all of my audio is facing that way. So maybe we can catch the sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she sat back down and then there was a quick like scraping noise against the wall all the way from the back of the room all the way up to where I was, and that's when I've got that push on my arm.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's always fun.
That was the first time that I had ever felt like a human hand touched my body with force. Like, I mean, grabbed right a hold of me, and I was like, okay, and everybody heard it coming.
Yes.
Because Courtney heard the scratches coming, and you can hear her going, because she heard the scratches coming. She knew it was coming right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very strange that had happened. That's the first time, like I said, that it felt like a human grabbed onto my arm. And I was like, okay.
It's super weird because it's like a head game, isn't it? It's like,
it is.
Because there is space behind those walls. Like, there's space. There's crawl spaces, in fact, behind those walls.
Yes.
And the crawl spaces will take you all the way down and through, and they'll spit you out by Hank's room in the middle of the hallway. And initially, like, I thought these sounds must be coming from a raccoon or a critters of some sort, bats, what have you. It's an old building that's very feasible. I've gone through 10 times now, 10. And specifically looking carcass, droppings, anything to suggest something is or was alive. I have found nothing but very personal items in there. Tobacco pouch, playing cards, keys, crushed up packs of smokes, an old receipt from 1948. Just weird, displaced things. Nothing suggesting an animal yet. I'm going to do this a dozen more times. I'm just tenacious enough to know that. But I know I'm going to keep at this. But what is it about that attic and that space back there? Like, that is...
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. Well, now last year when I went ahead and gone up in the attic, I had smelled a burning, something like wood burning up there. And then I, heard something being thrown at me when I was going down the stairs. You heard it go, hitting the floor and then going down the stairs. Yeah. And I'm like, that's kind of odd. I had that smell of something burning up there, and then something being thrown at me. And I'm like, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
So one of your friends, and I can't remember his name, but he was there. And Gerard,
I believe. Yep.
Right.
Yep. I know he was there. Yeah.
Right. So he decided that he was going to go sit in back of me in that cubby. Cause like I said, there was enough room for somebody to walk back. So he decided to sit there, and I wasn't taunting, but I wasn't being like, would you please? And this and that. I was just kind of like, could you do this for me? Could you do that? And, next thing you know, he got pinched behind me.
Oh, dang.
Wow. Yeah, he got pinched behind me. It's kind of like you're in my spot and pinched it.
It's like, hey, dude, get out of the way.
Right. So they were using an SB7 downstairs, and they were walking around talking, and they were getting, some kind of chatter going through, and they said, "Are you the one who scared Brandy?" And I guess the words were like, yes, or something like that. And they like, why did you scare her? And it was like something like, I wish I could remember for word, but it says, because I could, or because I wanted to.
I'm telling you, like, isn't it fascinating though? Like, they're asking, you said they were downstairs and they're asking, and all that. And it's still addressing something that it's like, now that was me all the way up in the attic. And
all the way upstairs.
That fascinates me. To the point where it's like, I mean, we did that one film where we did a group investigation at 2 different locations that are 150 miles apart to see if we could elicit a response from the other with no communication, mind you, between the 2 teams. And it worked. It absolutely worked 100%. But time and space obviously mean nothing on that plane of existence. You know what I mean? Like, they're able to just come and go and do as they wish, which fascinates me, because then if that is true, if they are able to come and go and do whatever they want, our resident spirits here, that would then suggest that our resident spirits that we have here are here because they want to be here. They're here because it's home, or there's some form of camaraderie here, or something is keeping them here, a sense of family, perhaps. I don't know. but that almost makes me feel warm and cuddly inside. You know what I mean? It's like that's
right
cool to me,
right.
Because it's like shit. You could be anywhere. You could be at the 50-yard line of the Super Bowl if you wish, technically, but you're choosing to spend your time here. You know, that's really neat.
You have provided a nice, safe, warm place for them to.
I hope so. I hope that is true. I really, at the end of the day, always say like, this is their house. I am here for just a drop in the bucket of time. And shit, we all know, like, I'll be here once I croak. I guarantee you I'm at this building. You know what I mean? So it's like, I promise you. But yeah, like, it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, the one other thing that happened, and I want to get your insight on this because hasn't happened either. We were in the room with all the couches downstairs where everybody puts their gear, hangs out, you know, where the couches are. So everybody had left, and it was just Chris and I in the house, which we don't care. You know, we'll sleep anywhere. We don't care.
Yeah.
So she was laying on the couch, the farthest away from the door to the hallway, and at the very back of the room, and I'm laying on the one closest to the kitchen, you know, on the other door. So I am super tired at this point because, you know, it takes me 8.5 hours to drive from my house to where you're at. So it's quite a long drive. And then I hunted all night, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just done. I'm tired. So I get about like 4.5 hours sleep. Then I got to get up and go back home. So I'm tired. I went and I grabbed my blanket and I just laid down on the couch, and Chris is up playing on her phone. And this is like our normal nightly routine. And I go to sleep, and next thing you know, she hears footsteps coming in from the hallway into that room right up to where I was sleeping.
Oh.
She says at that point, "Not in here. Go away."
Oh.
So she got kind of tough because, you know, this is supposed to be the sleep room. You know? Yeah. So no you don't hear any footsteps going away, but you sure, you know, she said she heard them coming in, and then it happened again. They walked right up to where I was sitting or sleeping. Well, I wasn't even sleeping at that point. She done woke me up, and you can hear them walking right up.
I swear to God. Wow.
So I think whatever was, you know, wanting to scare me just kept going through the entire evening.
Oh my God.
And just kept going. Yeah.
You know, there have been a few occasions that I have actually, you know, I've slept here. I mean, really, it's been hundreds of nights. I get that. But I'll sleep here on occasion. And I always sleep here in the studio. There's a couch in here. There's air conditioning. It's a little bit more comfortable than the rest of the house.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have that door to the studio, and that thing right when I would drift off, and I mean right when I'm at that moment of just drifting off into sleep, that door would slam into the wall. Like, it was opened with such force that it would just go bam right into the wall, and it would obviously then wake me up to the point where it was like, okay, they know I'm about to sleep, and again, probably messing with me, but they're like, nah, you're not going to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, no way, man. And so, I mean, to the point where I put a deadbolt on the door just so it would stop it from, because there was never a lock on that door before. But now, for sure, it's just to keep it from slamming into the wall, like, you know.
Until they
have to get you a doorstop.
Until they figure out how to unlock that deadbolt.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's next.
Yeah.
So see, Paul, what you're missing out on? You're missing out on this stuff. You're just missing out. And that's what I was so happy to come on here, because I just want to tell everybody out there who has not been to this location, book it. Yeah. It's fantastic. You know, it's you're going to get something. You're going to get something. And it doesn't disappoint. I mean, like I said, even though I thought the whole night that, okay, geez, it's really quiet in here. It's because Josh isn't here. That's what it is. It's Josh is not here. And that's what I'm thinking. He's just not here, and it's just going to be quiet. And then what happens to me happens. And then it just keeps continuing, you know, even when I go to sleep. Yeah. Yes.
It is weird. I don't know. I don't even pretend
I
to
am telling
understand
you.
it. You know what I mean? Like that's just it. It's just I don't even pretend to understand. It is what it is.
I don't know.
Sometimes it's just better off.
We
to
need to
not
take you
understand
over there,
something.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely one day I will be there. I will
Yeah.
be there. Like I said, I was beyond upset that I couldn't go because I had to work, and it is what it is. But there will be other ones.
Definitely.
And the funny thing is, everybody asks me. I tell people these stories from Ashmore and Ray County, what happened and everything. I tell them all, aren't you scared doing this? And going into this, I was thinking I would never walk through a dark house. I hated when I was a kid. I hated going to my basement.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really afraid going down these dark hallways. Granted, I'm not usually alone, but
Sure.
I mean, it's not as scary as I thought. And hell, I'm looking forward to going to more. It's like once you do one, you got to do more. So
it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a weird obsession, and I don't even know. It's like an addiction, I suppose. But,
yeah, and he still hasn't investigated with me yet.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have 3 still this year with you.
Yeah, you got the rest of the year with me. Yeah.
Yeah, Ray County and
yeah.
RBL. I'm going there. Yeah.
Yeah, you just thought it was bad before.
Jeez. That's funny.
I actively look for it. I'm like, hey, what you doing in here?
You're gonna be one of those, grabbing me by the hand and dragging me down the hall to someplace. I'm like, no.
It's just kind of like I'm scared. I'm gonna tell you that. It's just, but it's like my curiosity overrides that fear, and I've got to know. I've got to know exactly what's going on, what's happening. So when Josh was talking about you've got to follow the sound. When a sound happens, you got to go figure out where it came from. I'm the first one up and moving. I'm like, let's go. Where is it?
And it's a weird feeling, right? Like it's just okay. Like it's a mind over matter thing. Just one foot in front of the other. That's all you got to do. Just walk. You do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's damn near an involuntary reflex. Just go. You know what I mean? Just do it.
Yeah. Have you found like they'll play with you, like they'll knock in one room and then you go to that room and then they'll knock somewhere else and then you go follow it?
Yeah. Like that's kind of its freaking forte around here, really. Like that cat and mouse crap. Like, and it just irritates the hell out of me. Like it really does. Because you will hear something, you'll go address it. You find nothing. You hear exactly what you just heard all the way back from where you came from. And I'm like, okay, like touche. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. But yeah.
It's not a small place. It's not small.
No. So I definitely get my steps in. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But no, it definitely does not. It doesn't do the same thing twice to me. I tell you that. It's something new every single time. And I'm wondering, are you teaching these spirits tricks or something to play on other people? I'm just wondering.
I would love to. I don't have that kind of time. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a busy mamma jamma. But yeah, it's interesting though, because a lot of people have said the same thing. They're like, man, every time we come here, it's something else. It's something different. It's not a lot of the same thing. It's keeping you guessing. And I'm like, dude, like you should be here Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, like it's the same. Like one day, my brother was taking over tours for the day in a check-in or whatever. God knows where I was. And he walks in the back door through the kitchen and no more than gets to the threshold of that sitting room. And he hears this sing-songy female voice that just says, Josh. And he goes, nope. He like did an about face, walks out the back door, calls me. He's like, I can't do this.
You're on your own, dude.
I'm sorry. But man, yeah, he was like, nope. So it's like whoever that was, I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing's caught me yet. I mean, I've been in there plenty of times by myself, especially usually the next morning when I'm running, through the place, trying to make sure that everything's picked up and blah, 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 blah. And I'm usually in there by myself, and I haven't had anything like that happen yet.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time, but not yet. Not yet.
Honestly, I wish I was recording, and I don't even know why I was here. It was a Sunday morning. It was before 9 a.m. I know that. So why I was even here, I have no clue. But I was here. It was must have been one of those weird days where I'm like, oh, man, I got a wild hair up my butt, and I'm just going to go get everything done. I was vacuuming the floor in that first hallway, kind of leading down towards the nursing home wing. And we have this room. That's the first room you come to, and it has like this big bay window and all that stuff. But I was just vacuuming the hallway right outside of that room. I then hear, now every time that I vacuum, I will say I have my ear pods or AirPods or whatever they are. They're in my ears and head is down always. Like they don't like it when you're vacuuming. And I know that. So earphones in, head down, do your thing, get it done and be done with it. I hear a male voice yelling. Very obvious. Now I'm not looking yet, but I hear this male voice. I then look down the hallway to where it's coming from, which was the nursing home wing. I see an older gentleman, blue scrub pants, a white shirt, like a t-shirt with a V-neck, white hair stacked up to here, disheveled all over the place, leaning over and eating my ass, like just absolutely hating me. And I was like, not a thing could be understood of what this gentleman was saying, but he was very audibly yelling. I could see him as clear as I can see you guys right now. I dropped the vacuum. I went outside. 6 cigarettes later, I was able to then come inside because I was like, just, you know what I mean? You're vacuuming the floors. You're not expecting that to happen. You're vacuuming the floors. It's a very mundane task. We all do it all the time. And for that to happen, I'm just like, to hell with this. You know what I mean? To hell with this. Like vacuuming was done for the day. I'm not going to. But I think maybe I was just there too early. Maybe it was too early in the morning for a vacuum to be running. I don't know.
Maybe you woke him up.
Pissed him off. Exactly. Like I just woke him up. Like he was in bed. It was just a Sunday morning for him. And I upset him. And just like I upset Rebecca because I'm a dumbass and didn't knock on her door. Like I don't know. But it's like that's the only thing I can come up with is that's me just being a dumbass and irritating the residents. But yeah.
Wow.
It was terrifying. But yeah. I was never, ever, ever a jumpy person. And now I am on edge all the time. Like all the time. I don't get it. But yeah, I was always just a very chillaxed, cool guy, go with the flow, everything. And now it's just the exact opposite of that.
And you know what? I just had this really dumb idea, and I do this myself all the time. I could have just kept it to myself, but no, I'm an idiot. When I go to Malvern, whenever this is in the future, and this is being recorded.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I got one for you, bro.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna start vacuuming in the hall. I'm gonna do it.
Josh is like, you can vacuum that hall.
Do my job for me. Yes.
He's like, you can vacuum that hall all night long.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm good.
That is a hell of an idea, though. Seriously, for whatever reason, like vacuums seem to just irritate them just enough. I've been down vacuuming by Gracie's room, for an example, which is down that same stretch of hallway. And you can, as stupid as this is about to sound, you can feel the energy swirling around you. I mean, it's all around you. It's like you're in the middle of a tornado. You can just feel it. And again, as dumb as that sounds, that is exactly what that feels like. And it is bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. So yeah, I got the vacuum over here for you, bro.
Hey, I got a hand vac I can bring. I'll bring a hand vac.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, bring more. That's great. Yeah, bring more.
Yeah, let's
do that
up a little bit.
That's a fun idea.
I'll help you out. We'll just go to clean in the hallway.
You know, it's so funny because I have, like, honestly, I have gone through, I think this is now the 8th vacuum that I have gone through. Like, Malvern Manor just seems to eat them. It just destroys vacuums. And I had numerous times considered just getting like one of those Roomba, like a robot type vacuum or whatever. And I'm like, that's the dumbest waste of money of my life. Like the Manor would kill it within the first day. The Manor would just zap it dead.
It'll be laying on its back.
You know what would be really cool is to put a little like a GoPro or something on there.
Dude, yeah. And I'm telling you, like, I want to do this so bad.
I'm gonna bring one of those too.
Okay. I'm like, I have one of these robot vacuums at my own house. It's not a Roomba or anything. It's similar. But yeah, damn. Like, I would love to try that just to see what happens.
I could just see the week before I go up there, I come home with like $300 worth of stuff from Target, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing? It's like, don't worry about it. It's for science. Shut up.
It's like, shh.
Yeah.
We don't want to let him in on the secret.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
this is taking an awful turn. I'm going to take it away from me for a second here. Crystal has a little question here for you. Do you feel it's getting more heavier feeling in there lately?
Sometimes, certainly sometimes. Other days it just feels like Malvern Manor, like home almost, you know? Some days it does not. Some days it definitely feels like I don't know, like when you walk into a room and everybody's just pissed off and you just can feel that, like you just know everybody's upset, like, whoa, what's the matter with you type of deal. It's like that, but constant. Those are the days that I don't even know. Those are the days that it's also like I'll leave early. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to get out of your hair because I don't want to be the one to ultimately just piss you off and throw you over the edge here. And it's not going to be me. You know what I mean? It's
not today.
I've upset you all enough over the years. It's fine.
Yeah.
No.
Paul won't make it to Malvern. His wife is going to unalive him if he tells her that.
Thanks, Kim.
That's
How
good.
did you know my wife so well?
That's funny. Oh, man.
So don't make me mad, Paul, or I'll tell her for you.
Oh.
Damn it. He's getting it from all sides here.
Randy, you're lovely tonight. Thank you so much for being here. You're so appreciative.
Bye. Click.
Always such a pleasure having you on. Always such a pleasure.
See, Amy in chat, she just gave me an idea. I will only vacuum. I'm not going to do dishes. I'm not going to do any laundry while I'm there.
That's fair. That's fair. The laundry here sucks. Because like I got this washer and it's not a dryer. It's more of a spin thing, but it's a 1-unit deal. And I found it on, I think it was like TikTok, and I ordered it. And it works, like it does the laundry, you know what I mean? But then you have to take all the laundry and take it down the scary hallway into the room that actually has a working dryer. That sucks. But yeah, so doing laundry here is just freaking horrible. But now that we have a shower, I try to keep up on the towels and all that stuff. You know what I mean? If people need to like take a shower, they can while here.
Interesting.
We're offering amenities now, guys. You know?
Offering amenities. I did see that.
You can take a shower if you'd like, and then you can go upstairs into the attic and have a nice steam if you'd like. A nice steam room and spa at Malvern Manor.
It was on the nice side of. It was on the nicer side of Toasty Hill, but
I was just up there showing people around before coming on. And I'm not even kidding when I say it was probably a 120 up there. It was that warm. It was very, very warm. Yeah, take a shower with the spirits. I'm telling you. Look, stranger things have happened. Like before we had like this water heater that was about that big, and the water heater, it was good for about 3 minutes of a shower, and then it got very cold very quick. And so the name of the game was efficiency. But now I have one of those tankless water heater things that it's just like constant hot water. So now you can just take an actual shower if you'd like while you're at Malvern Manor. So you can hang out for a little bit longer in the shower with the ghosts. It's very nice. It's very nice. Yeah,
I see.
Absolutely.
An all-inclusive haunted house.
Exactly.
Shower, steam, and scared.
Shower, steam, a few rooms that are temperature controlled. Absolutely. We've got it all.
Just a few rooms.
I'm just going to throw that up there. And
there it is. Showering with the Spirits featuring Paul and Josh. You know, we're borderline talking like porn and normal now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Porn and normal.
Borderline. Just we're right there at the cusp of borderline. You know?
Okay.
I had to do it.
Sounds like an OnlyFans thing.
Hang on.
What?
So many ideas now. So many ideas.
This show is a really dark turn tonight.
Right. I'm gonna need help. How do I start one of those things?
I don't know. I think you could make lots of money because I don't believe anybody has that on OnlyFans.
Oh,
not one person.
Nor would they want to see any of that shit at all. But yeah, man, that's great. You guys are never having me on again, are you?
You know that's a lie. Oh my goodness.
I mean, Kim is on fire tonight. We feature free showers because you're gonna need them after the vacation.
You know what? She's not too far off though. Like seriously, like, and I don't mean to say this in jest, but I mean people have legitimately lost control of certain things, like when scary things happen. And so yeah, like there was one poor woman who did not want to be here. She was drugged here by a friend of hers, and it was an event, and something scary happened, and she legitimately had to go to the Dollar General, or what I like to call Malvern Target, and she had to go buy a fresh pair of pants because she screwed up her pants or whatever. Oh my God. She had an accident, flat out. Like
a pants changing moment.
Absolutely.
First you say it, then you do it.
Yep.
Okay.
It was great.
Yeah, I get it. Paul's just sitting here. He's like, I don't know
where to go from here.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
He's like, I don't even know what to do here.
This is the part where I awkwardly apologize and just slip away. Yeah.
And this is where the part I just keep going here. I just keep going.
Randy's
but I mean, have you had guests there that just like will turn around and leave? Just
honestly, we had this was not that long ago. There was a group that had checked in here that literally lasted 30 minutes. 30 minutes after I had left. So it's like, I'm barely in my driveway. I'm 15 minutes away to my house. And they were calling me and they're like, we're gone. Like, that's it. We can't do it. Tapping out. We did have a group that was here last week that left after 2 hours. They were so upset with themselves for chickening out in their words that they already booked another date for next week to come back and kind of redeem themselves because they were very upset after leaving. And so it's like, what do you do? Yeah.
You go outside, you smoke 6 cigarettes, and you go back in and do it again.
Exactly, but you go back. Like I will be the first one out of the building, and I'll be there chain smoking or whatever. But I'm going back in there. Like I'm going back in there. Like for sure. But man, like the groups that have, and honestly, I think some of those groups that are staying, like the 30-minute group, right? Mm-hmm. They drove over 2.5 hours just to get here.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
to stay for 30 minutes and then drive 2.5 hours home. That's crazy to me.
That's not right.
I honest to God think that they're here. Some groups are here because they think it's like some sensationalized BS thing. And so if something legitimate is happening that they can't explain right in front of their face, their entire world just cracks, and they just bounce. They leave. They don't know how to react. They think it might be some weird seasonal attraction thing, and it's far from that. It's not that. It's very odd though. But that's the only thing I can come up with. It's like, well, what were you expecting to happen?
Well, it's kind of like me. I have that moment up in the attic where this thing forcefully pushes on me.
Yes.
And then a few hours later, I go downstairs and I go to sleep.
Well, that's fair too. I mean,
like, we're good. That's
were Johnny Hauser from the Villisca Axe Murder House and myself. We had a few other people with us that we were up in the attic, and this was not that long ago. And we were asking questions and getting very odd and interesting responses regarding Villisca and Malvern, like kind of a correlation there. And it said Johnny's daughter's name, which I was like, we're done. Like, let's not bring in any family members.
Right.
That's
personal.
We're going to call it right there. So we shut everything down. I'm collecting things. I'm filling my pockets and all that jazz. Johnny gets up, and it wasn't even 3 seconds later, Johnny went boom onto the ground. And like, Johnny doesn't really get spooked, I guess, for lack of a better term. Johnny's not going to be very excitable. But I was like, dude, are you okay? And he goes, get me the F out of here now. And I was like, yep, here we go. Like, off we go, straight down the stairs and right outside. Like, he was wigged out. Like, something had pushed him so hard, it knocked him straight over. I mean, just very, very odd things. But it's, again, like how we're reacting to everything. And I think we all have a different a fear level there. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, I know that you and Johnny Hauser have a very unique friendship.
Bromance, if you will.
Well, if you want to call it a bromance, but I know that you send each other these
for God's sake,
dolls and haunted dolls and things that go from his location to your location, and you send them back, don't you?
Oh, all the time. Constantly dolls are coming back and forth. Like, if I get wind of somebody going to Villisca, I'm like, hey, take this with you. Make sure you put it like in a very weird place, like on the toilet or something like that, where he's going to find it and freak out. Johnny sent me a very interesting voodoo doll the other day with my name on it and pins literally all over the head and face. So that's adorable. But yeah. So we have,
Well, I know that I know that Crystal McGee showed up with one.
Yes. For God's sake.
Well, you have to explain it now.
I don't even remember which freaking doll it was. There was literally somebody today showed up with a doll in a bag. And I was like, what? And they're like, oh, we know you hate dolls. I'm like, I don't know who you are. What? So now it's strangers are bringing dolls, you know?
So was that you said it was tonight?
That was this afternoon. Somebody showed up with a doll. It's now sitting in the office over there. What's that?
Was that Carmen that brought a doll for you?
No, Carmen brought a doll. I think Carmen brought the doll that goes back and forth the most. Patty Hauser. I think that's the one she had.
Okay, I don't think that's the one that. Ask her about the doll that freaks me out.
Oh, which one?
Carmen has this doll. It is a black doll with a hat, and she sent me a picture of it. I had to destroy my phone. I mean, it freaked me out. It freaked me out. But ask her about it. Ask her to show you the picture of it.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
I can't even imagine. I mean, do people get like nervous driving these dolls back and forth? Because what if they do have an attachment or something? What are they crazy?
I don't know. Like for God's sake, there is I don't even know how to describe this. It's a torso. It's just a torso. It's like a mannequin, but it's just the torso of a mannequin. Mm-hmm. And it's very old. You can tell it's kind of like a pin cushion type of a finish on this thing. So I think it was made specifically for like dressmaking, specifically for things like that.
Okay.
But it's very distressed and dirty and grubby and gross. And it's just sitting in the back hallway over there. And every time I go into this room, I'm like, duh. Like it always catches me off guard. It's just nasty. But yeah.
I don't know. I every time I investigate a place that has mannequins, they freak me out. I just don't.
I'm not good.
And you know they're there.
No.
And I'm not good with clowns. I hate clowns. I can't.
I do too.
I'm like, if you have to paint a smile on your face, there's something wrong with you. I mean, like all this stuff.
My wife is scared to death of clowns, and I have I broke this habit of scaring her real bad with clowns. I'll send like a GIF or something through Messenger, and she's not happy with that. But,
she's not happy.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah,
I'm sure you did.
That makes sense, though.
Physically, probably.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
Man, I had a couple questions and I lost.
He's like, I don't have my normal co-host, and this conversation is off the rails. I don't know.
Talking about showering and with spirits.
Listen.
Where is
They're
it?
unclean spirits, got to get clean.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Krista actually sent me a message that wanted to remind everybody watching that make sure you get tickets whenever they do become available for the conference next October 2025. Josh Hurd will be speaking there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we will have Josh and hopefully Johnny Hauser together.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'd pay just to see that.
Wherever this is going to be,
it'll be a great time.
And there will be no spirit showering when Josh is there.
Yeah, we don't know, but yes.
The first time, Brandy, I was on your show, we came up with Bigfoot farts, and now we're talking about spirit showers. And
that's amazing.
Weird things like this.
That's amazing.
I don't know.
I think Bigfoot farts are a thing. I think that's got to be a thing.
It's got to be a thing.
Got to be
a thing. Just saying.
I mean, do you really think it's a whoop, or could it be something else?
A whoop or a poop?
A whoop. Or a poop.
I mean, you don't know.
When I'm usually finished with the show, I go onto this program called Podcast AI, and I auto-generate descriptions of shows. I cannot wait to hear what this one says.
It's going to be amazing.
That is so. Tomorrow, find this show, look in the descriptions, because I'll change it to whatever the AI comes up with.
Because it's going to come
idea,
up.
Though.
Yeah, it's going to come up as like showering with spirits, or is it whoops or poops? I don't know.
There it is. Paranormal whoops and poops. There it is. Boom. Boom. I'm here all night, kids. Here we go. Paranormal whoops.
Paranormal.
This show has been off the rails since the very beginning.
I love you guys. God damn
this is fun. So when do you want to come back on, Josh?
I'll be here tomorrow. I don't give a shit.
Let's just do a 24-hour show.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh my God, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, but you
go ahead. Go ahead, Brandy.
No, it's your show. I'm just taking it over. It's okay.
It's not my show anymore. I'm done with this.
He's like, I quit.
Oh man.
Oh gosh. Woo.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I already live in the armpit of hell. Now it feels even worse.
Oh man,
Kim, we put the fun in dysfunctional.
Yeah,
we do.
Exactly.
Dysfunctional.
Jesse
New word.
just showed up and he said, "What did I get myself into all of a sudden here?"
Sorry about that. So sorry.
You want to do the recap, Paul? I mean, you can do the recap.
Just hit rewind.
You're really just going to have to watch the whole show.
Anyway.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah. We're here all night. Try the view.
Oh,
Josh, one thing I wanted to ask you before this completely goes off the rail. At Ashmore, you had this really cool Ghostbuster piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Can you kind of explain what that is?
So what we did was I have it sitting over there. So we took, I'm going to grab it real quick. I'll be right back.
We'll talk about showering with spirits. He didn't hear that.
Yeah. His office is fairly large, so it takes him a little bit extra to go get it.
Oh, I hate to do this.
So what we ended up doing is this is a promotional popcorn holder from when the first Ghostbusters movie came out, and AMC did a thing. So it's a popcorn holder. So you put your popcorn in there or whatever, and it's it would light up and blah blah blah. It's super cute and adorable and all that stuff. I never wanted to use this for popcorn. The second I saw this thing, I was like, we can rig this up in a certain way. So basically, we took the guts of a REM pod, and we then put wires on that as well. So then if you push this little button back here and something gets close to it or whatever, it's a REM pod. Now, I will also say we did this as well with the Ghostbuster trap.
I'm
a Ghostbuster freak. Like, I'm just a big child. But we did it with the Ghostbuster trap, which I will also say the ghosts have yet to set off. Like, I have yet to see the trap set off. And I was like, well, maybe the ghosts have seen the movie. You know what I mean?
They know it's a trap. They don't want to get anywhere near it.
They're like, screw you, hippie. I'm not doing that. No. Right now.
Oh, okay. So hear me out, Josh. Hear me out on this.
Yeah.
You take that car, right? You put it on a little remote control cart, and then you just drive it around and see if the REM pod goes off.
Absolutely. Like, I would be all about this. 100%.
Yeah.
We also do this a lot with cigarette packs. So we will take the guts of a REM pod, we will put it inside the cigarette pack, and then you have a trigger object where they approach the pack of cigarettes to hopefully grab one, and then the thing just goes crazy. So we have a ton of those made now. It's just something different that it's like, oh, it's a piece of tech that we've already been using and utilizing in the field for years now, just with a different spin on it. Like, oh, the car, it's really cool. It lights up. It's pretty. It's a trigger object, especially maybe for kids or for nerds like me, where I'm like, oh my God, I love Ghostbusters. Let me see the car. Blah. And then, or somebody.
And here I am talking about putting a remote control car.
But it's like, a pack of cigarettes. There's so many people that, Christ, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
like 2 hours without a cigarette, I'm going to be a grumpy cuss. That is for sure.
Right, right. I mean, I could see where that would come in handy. I went to Brushy Mountain a couple years ago, and Brushy Mountain is famous for cigarettes. And we had just a off-brand pack of cigarettes that, I put them in my pocket and we'd move around just to see if they would touch it, try to take one, whatever. Sure. But every time I put them in my pocket, didn't matter what pocket you could feel somebody pulling them out of your pocket every time. And you'd hear funk, and I'm just standing there. It's not like I'm bending over or anything. I'm just standing there, but see, I would have loved that idea of having that REM pod type thing in there to see if it was actually something paranormal.
Yeah. That is freaking interesting, though.
Yeah.
Man. It's just weird. But I mean, that's the things. I don't know. That's just the stuff that we do, I guess. We just have different things that we try to incorporate. And it's like I said, it's a lot of the same tech. It's nothing new or different, or it's just presented in a different way, I suppose.
Yeah.
It has different packaging, more appealing.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, sure. For some, absolutely.
But it's cool that you had the creativity to transform that popcorn container into
my buddy
equipment.
My buddy Travis Wazotsky is his name, and he has a YouTube channel thing as well. But it is absolutely insane. Some of the things he does. He builds these things and the cigarette packs and the spirit portal devices and all that stuff. He does a lot of stuff with all of that, and he does great work with it. That's for sure. It's important to like have somebody to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I certainly don't. When it comes out, I'm like, it'd be really cool, and then I'm like, yeah, make that happen. Like that crap.
Yeah. But can you do that? Do it.
Right, exactly. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to do that. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. I get it. I'm the same way. It's not that I'm not techie. It's just I live out in the middle of nowhere. So if it requires anything with, I don't know, self-service, Wi-Fi, anything like that, it's not getting done at my house.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense.
But you know what, Brandy? You have been perfect all night. I mean, you haven't lagged. Your video quality is very good.
That's because I'm not moving.
Yeah. I mean, it's been perfect all night. And I'm not just saying that to be nice to you so you don't turn on me.
Once I move, it's over.
It's all over.
It's going to take me another hour to get it straight again.
That's funny.
Yeah. Man, this is. I'm still. This is weird.
You need some help over there? You need me to like text you some questions?
Yeah, would you? Here's a great reminder. That's not it. Well, it is a good reminder to hit the like button. Make sure after the show at 8:30, and we'll be out before 8:30, that we head on over to Fisherofspam's show. Make sure you subscribe to that over there. He is show number 2, I think, tonight for him. So,
yeah, my adopted son. I adopted him at the Alabama Bigfoot Conference. I adopted him, so he's now my kid.
I love it.
He's a good kid, although he's probably not that much younger than us. I don't know how old he is.
Speak for yourself.
I'm probably anyway. Now
that's funny.
See, I can't even get to him to admit his own age.
Me?
I keep laughing. I keep laughing, and I keep telling everybody I'm so close to that early bird special.
Oh, geez.
Y'all better watch it.
Jeez. I'll drive
next year. Next year, funny. I get that early bird special.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And my AARP.
What have I? I'm 42.
You're 42?
42, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I will be.
All right, Paul.
I will be 52 in, what's today's date?
August.
In a month and a day, 3? Actually. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll be 52 in a month and a day.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
And I'm 54.
I love it. I love it.
So I said 55, I get my AARP and the early bird special.
I have not gotten any mailings from them yet. And I thought that started when you hit 50. I don't know.
It's coming. Just wait. Yeah. Just wait. The next thing you know, your mailbox is going to be full of it, and then it's like you're going to break a hip trying to get out there and carry all of it in.
I swear.
It's just going to be horrible.
All my friends always told me, they're like, "Oh, once you hit 40, that's when the wheels fall off." You know what I mean?
Oh gosh,
I am here. To tell you that is true. Ever since I turned 40, actually 43, I've had all kinds of knee surgeries.
Yes.
Last year I had a knee replacement. So
right.
You got hold on to it. You don't have that much longer. I'm sorry.
So I tell you, it's not my knees right now. It's not anything like that, but it's my shoulder. It's my left shoulder. And if I'm holding it in a certain way or whatever, it's like a little zinger, and I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? And I'm like, oh boy. So I was talking to my mom. She goes, "Oh yeah, I had the same thing. You know, I had to get surgery on that." I'm like, "Is that what that was for?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Awesome, like super
Oh
cool.
no, you're like,
Can't
great,
wait."
thanks.
I'm like, I
Thanks,
remember how
Mom.
miserable she was after that surgery. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that. I'll just fall apart. Put me out to pasture. I've had a good run. Don't care. Like, whatever. It's like bad for me.
Leave me alone.
Sure. Great for business here at Malvern Manor. Trust me on that deal. Yeah. If I'm gone, this place would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's why I keep trying to get kids involved. You know, I keep trying to keep their interest, and I'm like, we've got to pass this stuff on to somebody. You know,
no
I don't want it to die with us. You know, I mean, we've got to keep it going. You know, my oldest daughter, she's a little too skittish, too scared to do it. My son, he doesn't care. It's my youngest daughter. It's my youngest daughter she's all about going Bigfooting. She's all about ghost hunting. She wants to do it all. And she's like, Mom, I want to go. I'm like, you're just not old enough yet.
Yeah.
You know, she's just under that wire, you know, because I don't want to take her too soon. She's getting there and, you know, teaching her everything and teaching her about the history, because that's a lot of the fun part too. You know, going to these places, finding the history, because it's, you know, the truth is stranger than fiction sometimes. You know, it's just really crazy.
You know, a lot of the TV shows that I used to watch, I would not watch just the beginning part where they talk about the history of the place that they're going.
That to me is some of the best stuff too. Yeah, absolutely. Like that history, it's like people don't understand that it just goes hand in hand. But it's when you can correlate like historical fact with paranormal evidence, like that's the good stuff. Like that is the best right there.
Yeah, because you have a lot of that, Josh, don't you? I mean,
yes,
you're connecting.
We have so much of that. We're trying so hard to do that. Because it's like the historical fact and the paranormal can shake hands for a moment. Like that's the good stuff to me. I love that. Yeah,
absolutely. You know, it's like a place that I used to investigate at all the time. We tracked, you know, the information from what we were getting on just the disembodied voices and the SB7s, the SB11s, or whatever. All of our equipment, we were tracing these spirits back to their birth. You know, we found their birth certificate. We found their death certificate. We found where they're buried at.
Yeah.
We have pictures of their headstones. I mean, we can trace their whole lives. And I found that more fascinating than just going in there. Do you know you're dead?
I know.
Do you know what year it is?
See, and that's what, like, that is an interesting point too, because like, especially here, like at the Manor, like, people seem to have more of a response if they go into a room and they just start, like, if you sit down in a room for an hour and you just say, what'd you do today? You know, what are you doing tomorrow? Did you do anything fun? You got anything planned? Like, what's going on? Asking just general questions like that, other than did you live here? Did you die here? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? The same battery of questions that they've probably heard 50 times over. But it seems to elicit more of a response with those types of just general conversational type of questions. Seem to get you farther in this building anyway. I don't know exactly how it is everywhere else, of course, but
right. Well, you know, we did that in the big room downstairs. We had the attendees, and we were all just sitting around in that big room and all the chairs, and we picked a subject, and then each one of us picked something different. Like, we start off with sports, and it went from, like, you know, soccer and football, and then baseball, and we just kept going around the room until we were done, and then we go back and we listen, you know, to the audio. Well, like when it got to I think it was basketball, we heard a disembodied voice. Yeah. You know, and we heard it, and I'm like, oh, I heard something, and somebody's like, yeah, I heard that too. So when we went back around to it, then we heard it on the audio, and it, you know, some of things didn't work. Like, we were naming colors, that didn't work, and you know, but we went to cookies, and everybody was naming a different type of cookie. Well, then, you know, it happened again. So it was just kind of something different that they wanted to be a part of, you know, instead of just a normal, instead of just
I like different approaches like that. I think that's smart, you know?
And it really did work. It really did work, and not on every subject, but on some of them it did work, because we would listen to the whole thing again, and then we would hear, it was either during it, we would hear a disembodied, or we would hear something over the audio.
Yeah.
As an EVP. It was very cool. It was very interesting how that happened.
That's awesome.
You're giving me an idea, because I didn't realize until recently. Like, I freaking love oatmeal raisin cookies. Love them. I didn't realize how controversial a subject this was.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm the only person in my house, apparently, the only person in my house that actually enjoys oatmeal raisin cookies.
Same here.
Nobody else does.
I like them too.
You guys like them?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I can
Love
be
'em.
friends with people that don't like oatmeal raisin cookies. However, I do think that now I need to use that in some way, shape, or form. Like, that could be my opener. It's like, my name is Josh. I like oatmeal raisin cookies. How about you? You know what I mean? And just leave it open like that. And like, we could go back and forth and just argue about oatmeal raisin cookies with the
mine's peanut butter and jelly. That's my opener. Peanut butter and jelly is my opener.
That's good stuff too.
Yeah, or ice cream. Ice cream's another one.
Yeah.
I'm
telling you, I did not realize how many people hated oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm like, it's the best thing on the planet. Like, how do you hate that?
It's pretty good. It is.
I have a different palate than those people, I think. But yeah.
Snickerdoodles.
Oh.
Amy just mentioned snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
Amy, you're spot on again.
Snickerdoodles are just awesome. Yes.
Somebody brought some of those into work the other day, and man, I ate all those things. And I wasn't even ashamed of it.
Hell no, absolutely not. Pat on the back.
So
and another question you can use is something that I use is, instead of "Are you male or female?" I hate that. I say, "Do you wear heels, or do you wear hard-soled shoes?"
That's a good one.
Yeah. I change it up. Do you wear pants or do you wear dresses? That's how I kind of change it up. Or, do you like earrings? Or it's just all kinds of stuff. Just little things that it's asking the same thing, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Just trying to get something different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Marshmallow fluffer nutters. What was that? I missed it.
Nope.
Marshmallow
peanut butter and marshmallow fluffer nutters.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what those are. I've never had one of them, but I sure would like to try.
I'm gonna pass.
Peanut butter and marshmallow fluffer nutters is what she's going for then, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So
I haven't had one, but I'd like to try.
I don't like marshmallows, so I'm gonna pass on that one. So.
Oh.
Man, I'm a huge peanut butter fan though.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
me too.
Like
you should try peanut butter and waffles, like a peanut butter waffle sandwich.
Broski, I've done this. I have done this. Oh my God. Like, my kids, they now are to the point where they won't put anything on their pancakes or waffles other than peanut butter and then some sweet Jesus. It's so good. This is why I'm overweight, guys. This is why. This is why. It's conversations like this. And then I'm going to go home and I'm probably, I'm just, God damn it. Like,
so let's, anybody else that's hungry, we're going to go down. Okay. Just raid the fridge real quick before Fisher's show.
Yes.
You'll find us at the nearest restaurant serving breakfast.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, guys, this has been, honestly, this has been a fantastic show. This is something that I absolutely needed today. I can't thank you enough for letting me laugh so hard. This was fantastic.
This was a lot of fun, guys. I appreciate the hell out of you asking me to be a part of this. It was good.
No problem. And
it was good.
You will be back on here.
Okay, good. Thank God. Thank God.
He's got so many more stories. There's so many stories.
Yeah.
For days. Yeah.
So a couple things before we leave you guys. Brandy, are you going to be on with BMR later tonight?
Yes, I'll be on at 11 p.m. Central on BigFoot Michigan Rob's channel. So hop on over there later on this evening.
Make sure you
That is Central, by the way. It is Central.
Central. Make sure you guys tune into that. Make sure you jump over to Josh's channel as well. Make sure you get a subscribe to that. I know a few of them I saw in chat subscribe to it. I was subscribed to it, and I just went on to find it, and I wasn't. So I don't know how I got
that happens a lot. So you got to keep checking. So I was unsubscribed from my own channel, so I get it.
Yeah. stuff.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Huh.
yeah. And I'm just now getting some notifications for this show. So which is weird. I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
That's weird. Why?
It's a YouTube thing.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, is that just a thing on YouTube or is that something else? Like, it's so weird.
It's YouTube. It's the algorithm, and it just kind of, I don't know, just random, just unsubscribes people.
Well,
Absolutely.
must be a bug of some sort then.
Yeah.
Joe, I laughed till I cried. I did too.
We did too.
So, all right, guys.
Oh.
It's been fun. I appreciate everybody from coming in the chat and watching and subscribing to all these channels. Make sure you hang around or go over to Fisher's channel here. Right now, I guess. So everybody have a great night. Josh and Brandy, thank you guys once again for coming on. This was a blast. We will have to definitely
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.